Hello Aquarius, and welcome to your November tarot card reading. Let's go ahead and get started here with a card from my intuitive deck just to open up this channel today. So what is it that Aquarius needs to know for November? Okay, I don't know why the word heat came to my mind. That there is some point of focus in your life that's getting a lot of heat. Now that can be a bad thing or a good thing. It could be a good thing in that you're giving a lot of attention to something. Maybe you're pressuring yourself a little bit to get something done. So you're dedicating whatever it is that needs to be dedicated to get it done. On the bad side, it could feel like external pressure coming at you, which can maybe shut you down if you don't operate well under pressure. It can create stress and whatnot. But I do think regardless of where this heat is coming from, it is a good thing because it is going to push you over some kind of a finish line. I am seeing accomplishment for Aquarius, and I'm seeing you moving on to the next thing as well. So the heat is good. The heat, the pressure, the focus, it is a good thing because I think it's getting you closer to what you want. Not that you're not content with your life and not that you really have a lot to be appreciative and grateful for. I'm sure you do. But we are just in such an expansive time right now with what Jupiter is doing and what the North Node is really asking of us. I think next year, or when the node switches into Pisces, it will be a little bit different. But I think for right now, there are a lot of personal ambitions. If you are still feeling caught between worlds, please know that's still very normal with Pluto and what he's doing. But it doesn't mean you can't still go somewhere. It doesn't mean you can't still accomplish things. And I think Aquarius, you're very driven to do that right now, which is awesome. So let's go ahead and pull out an animal spirit card. Kind of get this reading started. What else for Aquarius? Use your mind wisely. I always love this card because it's being aware of how your mind is actually working. Are you thinking through things? Are you being strategic? Are you doing the things that are required? Now that's a message that I'm probably going to pump out to every single Zodiac sign, just given the environment right now. But are you choosing to do the things that are required in order to get your goals completed? Right? Because that might mean making a few sacrifices, but that's where using your mind wisely and being strong in your mind can really help, right? Because the stronger you are in your mind, the more likely your body is to align with what your mind wants. And you get your body to start doing things, you get your body to accomplish things, you get closer to the goal. So it feels like you have a strong mind. It feels like you have at least one point of focus that matters to you. It doesn't have to be a huge goal. Okay, I know not everyone is not reaching for the stars here. There's small goals, small daily goals. I think you're in a really good place. Okay, this is really, really good. And when you have choices and when you have decisions that come up that you need to make, stepping back, thinking through things. You don't have to think through things forever. This is not analysis paralysis time, all right? This is just make sure that the choices that you're making are aligned with your ultimate ambitions, all right? And it might also mean saying no to a lot of things that don't fit, even if they might be a little exciting, all right? What do you need to release? Okay, so this could be external stuff, it could be internal stuff. It is Scorpio season. This is a season of release and elimination, so that's the perfect card for this. It is a fantastic time to acknowledge certain patterns and certain aspects of yourself and in your life that might be holding you back a little bit. And this, again, use your mind wisely. I feel like the more and more you push forward with your ambitions, the more likely the release is to happen organically. I don't know that you need to sit here and say, okay, I want to release this thing and I want to move, because I think the more and more attention you give the thing you want to release, the more likely you are to not release it. The releasing comes from dedicated attention and investments toward the things you want. This is a natural and organic inevitability that must happen when you start filling up your life with things that are more wanted. Okay? So maybe you're on one side of the spectrum. Like maybe there's one thing you really want, so it's easier to dedicate that focus. But on the other hand, maybe there's something you really don't want, which should make it really easy to dedicate that focus. So either way, you're still in a good spot. Okay. Let's see. For the tarot cards for Aquarius, what comes through for November 2023? Aquarius. Beautiful. We love to see that card. Okay. I love the death card during this time because this is exactly what this season is for. Death, rebirth. Does not always have to be so dramatic all the time. Chances are you've been feeling this for quite some time, as this is the first card that came out. So this probably has a lot to do with Pluto. It's just, you can tell that this old version, this old identity that you've held on to is starting to kind of get crusty and fall off. I'm kind of seeing like a dead outer layer that's just kind of losing its form, like a snake shedding its skin, right? There's something new that's emerging, and it is slow. It's clearly not a fast process. I don't see either one of these cards as being fast, but this Knight of Coins really aligns with use your mind wisely, because the Knight of Coins wakes up every day and is so behaviorally focused. And I do think our behavior, especially, so we had a little bit of Virgo, right? We had all the transits through Virgo a few months ago. We still have Venus in there for the beginning of the month, although she will be moving into Libra on the 8th. So she's not there for that much longer. But we do have Lilith in Virgo. Only reason I'm saying that is because this is a Virgo card, okay? And that message of behavior has come out so strong over the past few months. And here it is again. It's like waking up and doing the things that are the most helpful for you. And obviously that makes sense when we say it, but sometimes it's hard to actually do it and implement it and live in that type of way. There does seem to be a lot of mind power here. Now, I'm not saying you're going to be controlling your mind 24/7 all day, every day, and you'll never daydream or anything. But I do think it's like if your mind says it, your body is going to be more willing to do it right now. This is a time to be leveraged. This is a great message to get, because there's not going to be a lot of that internalized resistance. Your mind wants it, your body does it, and then it gets done. And when you have this vision in mind, right, two of Wands is what type of world do you see yourself living in? What type of an environment? What type of lifestyle do you see yourself living? And when you behave in a way that aligns with that, well, then you have it, right? Then you are creating it. Then you are in that frequency range, if you will. This is, like I say, it's about doing what's required in order to get you there. And the heat that you're clearly bringing into this, the heat and the focus and the pressure, I think this is something you just really want to do for yourself. It's like, man, I just really want this. I just want to become this person. I really want to have this kind of a life. I really want to have this change. I want to have this occur in my life. I want to be ready. And there's no better way to tell the universe that you're ready than by behaving as though you're ready. Beautiful. Clearly you are ready. Beautiful. And even the Aquarius card comes out. I actually like this combination for you as an Aquarius, right? Aquarius, we get the Scorpio card. We have the first house Aquarius and 10th house Scorpio. So there's a lot of, you in here. So Ace of Cups. There's something good coming. Although I don't think this is going to be from the outside coming in. This is from the inside out. There's a connection. I'm feeling that you're connecting with your life. Maybe you find a really nice flow this month. I actually, especially as we move into Sagittarius season near the end of the month, I love Sagittarius season for Aquarius because 11th house activation is always so fun. So there's like there is often a greater degree of fluidity during 11th house times. So you may have something kind of just come up inside of you, an idea, a desire, just a feeling of something, and it can be so motivating, as I see with the 8 of Coins. You're being driven by something. This feels more internal. And I know I said in the beginning that it might be an external source of pressure, but don't underestimate the power of what's coming from inside of you. Because this might be a creative surge. Like maybe you have this great idea, you have this thing you want to build or make or create or whatever. You have this new pull. And that pull is what gets you to say, oh, I'm going to do this. But one thing I love about the 8 of Coins is it never really feels like work. To me, this is the perfect flow state. It's like you have the idea, you have the desire, and you sit down and you just do it. And I often say this is where we lose time. You know, you sit down, feels like 5 minutes, but it's been like 5 hours. It's kind of how I see the 8 of Coins, because this is not a learning card. All right, this is not learning. You're not learning. Now, I don't want to say that so black and white. I mean, there will always be learning, but that's not what this is. This is creating. So you're using everything you've already learned, all the skills and talents you've already developed, and you're applying them in some way. You're going to work. But it's fun work, and it's motivated work, and it's productive and efficient and effective work. And it's aligned as well, and I definitely see that with the Star card. There is something about the vision and destiny, quote unquote, coming through here with the 2 of Wands and the Star card. Look, if you hit a flow state at some point throughout November, I would say you are exactly on point. This may not have to be at the office, okay? It doesn't have to be as what you do for your day job to pay for your life. Okay, this might be something extraneous. Maybe it's a hobby or a passion that you have. Maybe you're writing a book, you're learning how to paint, you're learning a new language, whatever the case is. You know, I feel like there's a huge opportunity for you to get in this fantastic place. And the pressure and the heat that you bring to it, actually, it feels like it adds to the pleasure of it. I also see the Star being really healing most of the time. And when I see this, what do you need to release? This is exactly what I was talking about, that the work and the dedication and the creation is what is naturally going to release and therefore heal. And I actually suspect the more and more you engage in your creative endeavors, the more and more creative you will be and the more receptive you will be. I'm kind of looking at this water being poured down, and I feel like once you start accepting that, it can, just like it just won't stop coming. It's like once you turn on that faucet is on. And this could have the potential, now I'm not guaranteeing this obviously, but it has the potential to be life-changing. If this is something that you think about, maybe I could quit my job someday and do this. This seems like the kind of month where you get enough done and you accomplish enough and you push yourself enough that you really sit back, you know, through December and January, and you look back and you say, wow, you know, maybe I actually could. Maybe I could do it. Maybe I got far enough to be able to make this more a part of my life. So it's not just like a side thing. Now, it may not be a side thing. It could be something going on with your job, all right? But it does feel like there's a pleasure involved with it, okay? There's a pleasure involved with it, but there's also an ambition. There's also a goal accomplished. So it's just really good for your mental health, I think. It's really, really good for your mental health, really good for your confidence, really good for your belief in yourself too. So if you struggle with any of those things, it is your creative efforts is where it's at. Beautiful. Wheel of Fortune. Queen of Wands. And the World. Well, we love the Wheel of Fortune. I don't even think there's anything bad coming through in this reading. I can't even warn you of stuff really. It's maybe with the clarifiers we'll get something for you to pay attention to, but I honestly think this month could have you on a roll if you want it. That's the thing. Really, it depends on how much you embrace it with this Death card. Sometimes that Death card, we're either not ready or we don't understand what's going on. And if we're not ready, then maybe we kind of just feel like we're still in the same place, and that's fine. Like I was saying, there's nothing fast about this. And even though I'm talking about pressure, I don't know that it's necessarily a time pressure, although it could be, but it's more just I just want to do it. I want to put pressure on myself to do it because it matters to me. But there are going to be some people who are just kind of caught, and they are going to feel kind of badly about themselves, because they're not doing the creative things in order to release the stuff that they need to release. They're not opening space for themselves. And so it can feel like a little bit of an implosion for some. But for those of you, when you do this creative stuff, it's not going to feel like an implosion. It's going to feel like an expansion, especially with the Wheel of Fortune. I just want to point out, this is not a fast card, and neither is the World card. I often say the Wheel of Fortune is an incremental process. Okay, it's a breadcrumb. It takes you from one step to the next step, and then from there it takes you to the next one, and then from there it takes you to the next one, and you have to kind of utilize your intuition a little bit at each stop. Okay, it doesn't ever give you the full plan. Now you may have an idea with the Two of Wands and the Star of what the full plan is going to look like for you, but the Wheel of Fortune doesn't operate that way. It's one step at a time. And the World card is ruled by Saturn, therefore, an extended period of time, that this changeover is actually there's a longer or a bigger time arc going on. This is it feels like a beginning with the Ace of Cups, like a beginning push or a beginning rush for something that will have an extended lifespan. So if you are thinking about, making this more of a reality for you, more of a constant thing that you get to do all the time, that probably is something that's in the works in a more vibrational level or in the metaphysical realm right now. But the more and more you do it, the more you believe, the more likely that vibrational realm manifests itself in the physical. But here's the Queen of Wands. She's all about action. Okay, and she does have an impulsivity to her. She's an Aries card, all right? So she's associated with that Zodiac sign. And she does demand, go for it. Jump off that cliff. Make something happen. She's not happy staying idle, although she can be when she needs to be. But when she gets an Ace of Cups, she's not just going to sit there. And when she feels that Wheel of Fortune with that Star, she's not just going to sit there, because there's pleasure here. And there's a lot more pleasure in this creation than there is in just being stagnant. So she's going to jump on it. She's going to go for it. Even if she's kind of reined in a little bit by the Knight of Coins, which is whoa, just one thing at a time. Remember, the behavioral stuff. You might be in the process of figuring out how to integrate this into your daily life. How do you integrate this all the time? How do you get to do this all the time? Now, I'm not suggesting that all of you are going to be starting businesses, okay? But we're all going to have different things. But if you are looking to start a business or start a freelance thing or to go off on your own, this is probably going to be the month that really sparks a lot of that desire, or there could be some movement on that front. Okay, for some reason I'm seeing entrepreneur. I always, with the Queen of Wands, I always see entrepreneurialism if I could say the word entrepreneurialism, I almost always see that with the Queen of Wands. People who are strong and independent and who kind of go their own way. So it does feel like Aquarius is trying to find a way to go their own way in some capacity. It's all in the works. Please do not underestimate the power of your movement and accomplishment this month. Okay? All right, really beautiful reading. I'm going to pull out the clarifiers. We're going to get a whole bunch of more cards out. For those of you who are new, we're going to talk for another 25 to 30 minutes about all these new cards in the comprehensive reading. And the link for that will be found in the description box and the comment thread down below. So if you want to join me, you are more than welcome. So we start with the Four of Wands, a Seven of Coins, Eight of Wands, beautiful. Two of Coins in the environment, another Queen of Wands. Yeah, I just don't think you're going to be able to really sit still, Aquarius. I don't think you have the capacity to just sit. I think you got to get up and do something with those hands. You got to move your body. You got to make something. Seven of Swords. All right, finishing with the 9-card block. We're going to take a look at the Death card, Queen of Coins, Ace of Wands. Beautiful. 10 of Cups. Love it. Ace of Wands and an Ace of Cups. It's pretty good. I don't know, the Moon. I feel like you guys are in for some pleasant surprises. Another 7 of Swords. 10 of Swords. There's the stickiness for sure. Another World card. I'm actually, wow, a lot of aces. Oh my gosh. I love that 8 of Coins for you. Absolutely love it. Oh my gosh, wishes coming true. The Tower, the Queen of Cups. 9 of Wands. Knight of Wands, 7 of Wands. Seems to be a fight. Oh, another Wheel of Fortune. Justice and the Lovers. Wow. 6 of Swords. 5 of Swords and 8 of Swords. Okay, so this is where we're going to pick up in the comprehensive reading. So again, if you want to join, you are more than welcome. Thank you all so much. You guys know how much I love and adore you. Have a great month, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.